Oh, you know this one's gonna be good. This video hadn't even started. Oh. See, the clownery in the game discussion is pretty much, begging for parody and satire and all kinds of, comedic bodying so that we can actually get to the substance of what in the world is going on. So what we're going to do today is we're going to watch Tony the Pony explain Helldivers 2 going to Xbox. I'm probably going to have to turn my mic off at many pods, okay?
Hi. Good evening. It's your boy, Tony the Pony, your favorite homie. I know a lot of you have been waiting for my commentary. You're waiting on my word like it's your last breath. And I appreciate all of you out there. I really do. It has taken me some time to make this video for the simple fact that I know that PlayStation cares more about its gamers and its identity than it does about money.
Guys, that statement is so deep. Every single PlayStation fanboy is always talking about this brand identity thing. And I'm like, you must not know that a brand has got no identity without money. It's called a broke brand. Ask Sears about brand identity. You know the brand, right? You know the brand, right? But what is his identity? Because sometimes people love to foment fantasies. Keep going, Mr. Tony.
So, I can be truthful with you when I tell you that I fully didn't understand this move of Sony putting Helldivers 2 on the Xbox trash console. We all know no one is buying an Xbox Series X. We all know that the platform is dying. And unfortunately, because now it's going to the Xbox Series S, they're probably going to have to downgrade the graphics across the board. So it took me some time to figure out what was happening with PlayStation. But the good news is that I figured it out.
Oh boy, here we go.
You see, I'm going to teach you a life lesson. Love is patient. Love is kind. And it'll take over your mind.
Oh, man.
What you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find. It was by an artist called Eve. Now, love is patient. Love is kind. Love is slow to anger. That was Jesus. I prefer to take Jesus' stance on love, and I know that Sony loves me. I know that Sony loves the PlayStation fan base. So instead of getting angry, I sat back and I said, Tony, why is PlayStation doing this? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. What is Helldivers 2?
Okay, let's hear it.
Helldivers 2 is a sequel to a game that must have been called Helldivers, right?
Right.
Science.
Yep.
Which obviously means that there's going to be a Helldivers what? 3. You guessed it. So by Sony putting Helldivers on the Xbox Series X, when those players get to play Helldivers 2, they're going to fall in love with it, and it's going to make them want to buy the next PlayStation hardware, because the next PlayStation hardware is the only place you're gonna get to play
Oh,
Helldivers 3.
the Trojan horse strategy. He was Tony the Pony wants to steal Xbox gamers. You need to riot because Tony the Pony wants to steal your Trojan horse strategy. Don't let him. Don't let him. Oh.
Listen, when you were going, Sony was coming back. That's something my mom used to tell me. When you were going, I was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Sony is just too smart for this game. See, they said the same thing with PC. They said, listen, we're going to go ahead and put games on PC, our single-player tentpole games on PC, after they've already dropped for the fans that we love, which are the PlayStation owners.
Mm-hmm.
And the PC gamers are going to fall in love with those games so much, they're not going to wait. They're going to go ahead and buy a PlayStation just to play the sequel. Now, they did it with Horizon Forbidden West, right? Horizon Zero Dawn, they dropped it, and the goal was to get people to go ahead and buy a PlayStation 5. And I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I feel very confident pulling the numbers out of the air. Very confident just pulling out numbers out of the air that I don't even know. I feel very confident doing that because Horizon Zero Dawn was on PC, when Horizon Forbidden West was coming out, a whole bunch of PC players, probably like around 2 million, went ahead and bought a PS5 just for Horizon Forbidden West to play the sequel.
That statement is deep. You see, I sat here and had to watch PlayStation fanboys interpolate, and I just downloaded Devil May Cry on my Ally. I just fired it up, so it's making that sound. I had to watch PlayStation fanboys interpolate that the likelihood of the 45% of new PlayStation 5 users in PlayStation 4's Q4 statements were probably Xbox gamers or PC gamers. They literally went that route. They literally went that direction at the end of the day. It was the funniest thing ever. It was so funny to see that I just had to literally hold my head and go, really? But we all know that that's basically a fugazi based on data that none of y'all know about.
And now that Horizon Forbidden West is on PC, when Horizon, the next one comes out, Horizon 3, there's probably going to be another 2 million that are going to buy the next PS5 or Super PS6 just to play it. I guarantee it. I don't need to prove these numbers. It just makes sense. It just makes logical sense, okay? Sony is extending a handout to its competitor right now. It's okay to be graceful in victory. The console wars are over. PlayStation 5 dominated Xbox. Xbox is dead. It's a third-party publisher. So all Sony is doing by putting this over there is giving them a handout, but also taking the hand back when they take away all the Xbox gamers that are left.
I watched a video last night from a content creator. I am not going to mention the name. And I heard some of the most absurd things that I've ever heard in my life, because as I was watching this content creator's video, I was also looking. In fact, I made a video about it, but I deleted the video because I was just like, it's absolutely worthless talking in some cases to these folk. You just got to leave them and say, sure, you're right. Like, let them wallow in their own foolishness and their lies and the fomenting that they do. Because I can sit here and listen to a PlayStation executive. I can listen to an Xbox executive. I can listen to a AMD executive tell me how they plan on making money, which you can guarantee that that's what they're wanting to do because that's what they're here to do. Compared to somebody that's just talking out of thin air, pulling stuff out of thin air to just pretty much, misinform people.
This is the final blow, but y'all don't even see it. Y'all don't even see it. Am I surprised that this happened? A little bit, but then I heard my good friend J-Dub on Porter Rock 77 saying that when Sony mentioned their multi-plat strategy, they never said not Xbox.
Oh!
They never.
I didn't know that part. I thought they said it was PC.
Never said not Xbox. So, I'm glad that we have people like J-Dub in this industry that can be honest, that can be straight down the middle, don't have a specific preference. He's just a gamer that likes both companies. He just knows which company is better, and that is PlayStation.
Sure.
Game Pass is not profitable.
Helldivers 2 always delves into the Game Pass conversation, man. Tony, you are correct. You're right. Yeah, you're correct.
I don't know what this has to do with that video, but I feel like that's information that you should know. Game Pass is not profitable. Ain't got nothing to do with this, but I just thought that I should mention. You're looking for divine in the little intervention. The birds don't fly without my permission.
Oh my god.
A little easy. But anyways, this is nothing to panic about. I'm very disappointed in the PlayStation community right now that's panicking right now.
This is nothing to panic about. The subject matter and the title of all of those who have misled these PlayStation fanboys and told them, oh, Xbox games, PlayStation games are never going to come to Xbox. Like, we didn't hear them already tell us that they were going to go off console. Yeah. Thank you very much for, you know what? Let's keep listening to this guy explain.
There's a revolution right now being caused. I don't even want to give him any clout, but there's a revolution now being caused by this prominent personality. His name is M Extreme. He's part of Porter Rock 77's podcast.
Oh boy!
I watched that podcast in disgust. I thought Porter Rock 77 should have muted him because what he was talking about was blasphemy, saying that this is his last PlayStation 5 console. No, he doesn't understand what PlayStation is trying to do.
Is that right?
One day he's gonna see what PlayStation is doing. It's a Trojan horse.
Ah!
It's a Trojan horse.
Hold on, let me get my thumbnail. Doc, you're gonna want to have to talk to Tony the Pony because, man, y'all are getting your wires crossed. He said it's a Trojan horse. I'm done.
They're gonna trick the Xbox community into buying PlayStation 5s. I don't know how people don't see this. This is the perfect game to do it. They like shooters, right? This is the perfect game to do it.
Okay.
I'm not upset. I'm not rattled. I was a little confused at first, but like I said, I sat down and thought about it, and it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. So Sony putting their game on the Xbox Series X makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't it? Why would they? Why? They love us. They love me. They care about me more than they care about money. This is the only game. This is the only game. There's no other game. Why would there be another game? There wouldn't be another game. There wouldn't be. This is the only game. There wouldn't be another. Can't be another game. No, they wouldn't put another game. But if they do put another game, it'll make sense. It'll make sense somehow.
Oh my gosh.
Tony the Pony, your favorite homie. I'll see you guys next time.
This is exactly how almost every PlayStation talking head sounds right now after seeing this news. This thing devastated their entire missive. They were so loud about how Xbox was dead, and this was what they basically said. Why would PlayStation want to put their game on a dying console, on a dying platform? That's what they said. Well, apparently the console ain't so dying dead anymore. A very interesting observation, don't you think? But it is what it is. Talk to me in the comment section. Follow Tony the Pony so that you can hear his insights on the gaming industry. Peace out.